Hi, my name is Sean Loretta, and I'm here to tell you why you should take your next vacation to the island of Kauai. First, what I want you to do is close your eyes. Imagine it's 80 degrees, the sun is beaming on your face, you can feel the salty breeze blow through your hair, you have a Mai Tai in your hand, your toes are in the sand, and the waves are crashing on the shore. Need I say more, or have I already convinced you? Well, with my speech, I'm going to cover three main points. That being outdoor activities that you can do while on Kauai. The second being suggestions on where to eat. And the third being where you can stay while you're on the island of Kauai. So, first things first, outdoor things to do while you're on Kauai. Well, you can visit the many beaches that are on the island of Kauai. My personal favorite is Polihale State Park. Polihale State Park is the most western beach in the island, or on the island, as well as in the United States. It is a 17-mile stretch of white sandy beach with tall sand dunes and offers beautiful sunsets over the island of Niihau, which is an island off in the distance that unfortunately we can't visit. You can also regularly see dolphins playing in the water from there. You can also go hiking. On my bucket list of hikes to do on Kauai is the Napali Coast or the Kalalau Trail. Napali in Hawaiian means high cliffs. So this hike offers three beautiful hikes in one. It begins with the hike to Hanakapiai Beach. Unfortunately, it's not a beach where you should swim at, but it does offer great fishing if you're into that. And it's just a beautiful place to be. It's secluded and not many people are really going to be around you. If you want to venture further, you can, or a lot of people like to turn around here. But if you do choose to venture further, you will eventually go through a rainforest, ending up at Hanakapiai Falls, which is a 300-foot waterfall amidst a beautiful, beautiful forest. And then if you proceed further from there, you will proceed to the Kalalau Trail, where you can see the Napali Coast from your feet. Then there are water adventures that you can do while on Kauai, such as sail the Napali Coast. It is believed that the Napali Coast is where the first Hawaiians have settled. There are no roads that lead to this coast, so the only ways to see it is if you do the hike that I mentioned previously, or if you sail on a boat tour. So the views from the Pacific Ocean are amazing. You're able to see waterfalls, coastal caves, and beautiful archways, as well as other natural beauties. Another water adventure you could do is kayak the Wailua River. It seems every time I go to Kauai or have a family gathering on Kauai, we have to kayak the Wailua River. You can take a guided tour or where they'll lead you to a secret waterfall. So the guided tour leads you up the river where you can park your kayak, and they'll lead you through a hike through a forest where you can see a lot of native plants and animals, and it's a pretty interesting hike, and it leads you to a cool waterfall at the end where you can cool off. And I think the last time I went, we had a picnic at the end. Now, if you're a foodie like me, here's where I would have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. For breakfast, for a true local style breakfast, I would eat at Tip Top Inn. It's where you get the spam, Portuguese sausage, eggs, and rice. It may sound simple, but the Portuguese sausage is an interesting flavor that I don't think you get anywhere else. For lunch, I would go to Kona Market. It's a small deli-like market that offers fresh poke, which is like a Hawaiian version of ceviche or raw fish, if you're into that. They also offer plate lunches with different local favorites like beef stew, chicken katsu, which is a breaded Japanese-style fried chicken, and fried mahi-mahi, and other stuff like that too. For dinner, if you're into sushi, I would go to Kintaro. The sushi there utilizes the freshest fish, and they offer unique drink options from their bar. Finally, for dessert, one must try the hula pie at Duke's. It is the only sweet coconut macadamia nutty pie paired with vanilla ice cream that you'll ever need. All right, well, if you're gonna go on vacation to Kauai, you're definitely gonna need a place to stay. And there are many different options on the island of Kauai. There are those motels, the cheaper motels ranging from the $90 to $150 a night. Sometimes cheaper if they have specials. There are the big resorts if you have a little extra money to spend, like the Hyatt, Marriott, or Princeville resorts. Those are beachfront properties that offer lavish swimming pools and lavish amenities, so it might be pretty cool to stay there, but it is pricier, probably around the 200 to higher range. But I personally, when I stay on Kauai, I'd rather stay in an Airbnb, mainly because they offer cheaper options and more amenities like a kitchen, and that way you can save on meals if you go grocery shopping. So yeah, hopefully I convinced you to take a visit to the island of Kauai. I discussed some of the different things that we could do, and the island of Kauai is a special place that I hold near and dear to my heart. It is where I was born and where much of my family still resides. It truly is a place of beauty. So if you need an escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, when it's safe, hop on a plane to Kauai, and maybe I will be your guide. Thank you. Do I have any questions?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What does Kauai mean? What is it known as?
Kauai is known as the Garden Isle. That's why I think it's one of my favorite places to go. There are a lot of places on the other islands that are very dry and don't seem like you're on an island, but on Kauai, it's very green. It's always green. Some people hate that it's always raining there, but because it's always raining there, it makes everything green. So when it's not raining there, it's nice. Yeah.
When would be the best time to go to the island of Kauai?
Well, me personally, I don't like the humidity, so I wouldn't go during the summer because that's when the humidity is the worst, but it's probably the most expensive time to go, so I'd rather go in the winter months, especially now, to escape the cold and, have a little sun.
And all those activities that you described, what is the level of difficulty? Can anybody just do those activities? Do you have to be in great shape?
I would say you need to be in excellent shape to do the Kalawao trail hike. But like I said, the first part of the hike is pretty easy. To the beach, it's pretty easy, and a lot of people just turn around there and call it a day. Kayaking is pretty tough, especially since you're going upriver, so you do need to have at least some physical strength, but I mean, anybody can do it if you give it a shot. And I wouldn't go sailing if you get seasick. Any other questions?
I know you talked about the pricing of the hotels, but how much would you say somebody should put aside to spend if they want to visit Kauai?
It depends. It depends on how long you're gonna stay. If you're staying a week and it's just you and your significant other, then I would say you need to have anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 to stay from 3 to 4 days to a week long vacation there. Like I said, I'd much rather stay at a Airbnb. That'll definitely offset some of the prices, especially since you can go grocery shopping and cook your own food and stuff like that.
What do you think makes Kauai better than the other islands? Why would I choose Kauai over, let's say, Oahu or the Big Island?
I don't necessarily think it's any better than Oahu or the Big Island, but from experience, it's a lot more relaxing on Kauai than it is on Oahu. I would say the same for the Big Island. The Big Island is a lot more relaxed than Oahu. Oahu is just very compact, and everybody's just compacted into that tiny little island, and it gets pretty busy, and it's almost like another city, or basically is another city. So you're not really getting away from that hustle and bustle.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.